Welcome back to Lost Odyssey. So yeah, because the adults forgot to be the adults, let's see what Cook and Mac are up to.
They will not get in trouble, I'm oh so sure.
Alright.
I swear.
So here's the other thing. Okay. Okay, here we go. Hold on.
A violet aurora will never steer you wrong. Dive into it if you want to be reunited with the
Apparently Lirum never taught these two stranger danger.
other world.
A violet aura will never steer you wrong. Now jump into it to reunite with the dead. That's not killing yourself at all, we swear.
Okay, so the purple R is the gateway between the living and the dead. I didn't think anyone would still remember an old legend like that. Some of the passengers that took the train on track 1 talked about seeing an aurora or something. If it was a purple one, that would be the first in 30 years. Fun fact about
that it was just the one with a light shot.
So yeah, in order to move the story forward, you have to talk to that specific NPC. For the record, the game never tells you that you're supposed to talk to that NPC. She just looks like any other NPC, right? So this could be a real problem if you're playing this for the first time, because again, the game doesn't really give you any kind of guidance on what you're supposed to do. So you can explore the entire station and never find anything. Oh, turns out you're supposed to talk to this one random NPC that doesn't really seem to have anything to do with anything. Anyway,
Is this the track the old lady said the aura was on?
there's
I think this is the one.
okay.
So
No, I
we
understand.
were just coming to check out the cool vehicle train, but no,
All right.
now we're gonna check
All
out
right, let me.
Aura.
All right, so I understand the point. The kids hear this thing about potentially being able to talk to their dead mom, so they decide to pursue it. I understand. That being said, here's the thing. Here's how I would have written this if we really have to do this plot line. Okay, instead of having the adults just completely ignore the kids and let them wander around on their own, instead have it so that the old lady is somewhere in that area when we first got separated, and that's where they hear about the Aurora thing, and then maybe you could have it so that maybe they sneak away when the adults aren't looking. That way would have felt less contrived. You know,
I guess, to be fair, it would be a little much to ask that they were able to sneak away from, not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 immortals who are supposed to have heightened senses and all that jazz.
I'll still even if you want to argue that, I'll still take my suggestion over what the writers actually went with.
You know what? I can agree with that. I still think either option is not that great, though. That's just the thing. It really speaks to how convoluted the section for getting these kids alone is.
Mm-hmm.
I think a better option would have been, Kaim and Sarah.
Let's go already.
Libs, let Tia speak.
Whatever, gone.
No. Go on, finish.
All right. Go ahead.
So how does this work?
You didn't think of that beforehand? I don't know, just try pushing something. Oh, forget it. Get out the way.
Also, Cook did not take much convincing, I see.
Well, I mean, she did say it was your idea, not mine, so don't go trying to blame it all on me if something goes wrong.
Well, the fact she's coming along, though, on this idea, to the point where they're operating the flipping train now.
Sir, did we authorize a train departure?
Because, the guards did not stop them, and a train is apparently that easy for kids to drive.
Mind the
What makes the guards
gap.
of this place really incompetent if a bunch of kids can sneak on?
Yeah, that's the other thing. That's the other thing. The security on this train station is appalling. Somehow these kids were able to waltz into the train, come in there, and just drive it. Like,
I mean, this is the same place that managed to have the king sneak around and nobody recognize him just because he has a cloak.
Well,
we're operating on Aladdin logic.
well, this guy is a decoy. Like, it's kind of like how in Phantom Menace, Padme has a decoy, right? Like, I understand the point of this.
Oh no, I get it. The fact is that, they managed to, I guess they managed to get 2 people, in and out of the universe, they managed to really look like each other. I'm talking about the fact that the people, would see the king in the street and not be able to recognize his face just because he has a partial hood on, like he's in Assassin's Creed.
Admittedly, it's a very obscuring cloak, essentially. Like, it seemed to be a hood that covered a good portion of his face. Like, that being said, he must have really, really, really hoped and prayed that Kaim would notice his facial features. And
No, it was for the coin where he got recognized, as we mentioned.
Yeah.
We make a pretty good team, even if it cost us a fair amount of money.
You kicked me for no reason. What the fuck?
It's the classic anime joke, as where you know, you're a perv, basically.
I never found
we
that
could have killed
funny.
his family, but that's messy and takes too long.
Oh, so you planned it all.
Well, yeah, actually we did. It was a dirty trick, but you know, when you're on the street, you got to take the good with the bad.
I wasn't surprised at that. I am a queen after all, and I've seen worse.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later when we get to her dream.
How you two were able to work together. What? Please don't tell me you're jealous.
Jealous? Of what? Oh, no, please.
And
The game doesn't even let him finish.
that was weird. Well, shall we head for the station?
We can get in though, can we? Damn it, we should have got the permit from that fake king while we were at it.
Well,
Yeah,
it
why
wasn't so
didn't
bad.
you?
He's a fake king. It would mean shit.
Well, technically,
He's
as far
able
as
to
the
falsify
kingdom,
signature.
Yeah,
like as far as the kingdom is aware, he is the king.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
a
Seth
signature
just
from-
said it wouldn't have mattered. He was a fake king.
there you go. The game agrees with
Which,
Webs.
which, to be fair, I think is some loopy logic. Since if as far as they're concerned, he's the king, then a signature from him should work essentially.
Well, Jervin, this is the segment where two little kids can get on board a train without being spotted by these so-called highly trained guards. I
Yeah,
think this whole segment of the game is loopy.
that's the weird. Yeah, that's
Which
the
is
sad
a
part
shame
because
honestly, the bit with the king talking with Kaim and his wife is actually pretty nice.
well, yeah, of course. Like that's the thing. No, this is the first and fortunately only time where the game really, really forgoes logic just to force the plot into the direction that it wants to. But up until this point, the game has done a good job balancing out both logic and plot. So that's why this moment comes across as sticks out so much, you know, because it's the one part of the game that feels like it should have been given a couple rewrites.
Excuse me, do you have Gohtza citizen ID?
Sure don't. See, I told you we couldn't get in.
I mean, we hadn't before, we still haven't now.
What to do?
Just give up.
You're a pirate, Seth. Charge in.
Well, to be fair, that will get us. They will burn us as criminals. I don't think that's gonna help.
I mean, there are enemies of 3 different countries already.
But not of
Or one
Eh,
at a
not
time.
not of
We're
Gohtza
not
though.
enemies of Gohtza.
Yeah, we're not enemies of Gohtza, so making enemies of Gohtza doesn't really help.
Oh, so now we can get in. Why is that?
Don't worry, it's all been taken care of.
Why don't you tell him you met with the real king? Or you want to wait for a more private location to tell that? So,
no-
Kaim, any concerns about where your grandchildren are, given that last you saw you left them in the care of these three?
Yeah, that's
No?
that.
Okay.
Joe brings up another good point. Yeah, that's also a good point as well.
That's the thing, Jova. Kaim and Sarah did not even say to the other, take good care of them. They just left.
Yeah,
Well, to be fair, it was more or less kind of implied the idea was, hey, look after the grandkids. And even if...
Yeah,
okay,
but that's
even,
the thing. Ray just then rejoined, and their first question is, "Hey, where are the kids?"
Yeah, like, whether or not they gave him the responsibility, you would think Kaim would be concerned that the last links he has to his dead daughter aren't there.
yeah. Okay, like I understand, it's because of there's going to lead to some character bonding into this, because obviously somebody has to go to save them, and you can probably guess who is going to save them, obviously. So I understand where they want to. The destination itself is not the problem. It's the journey that it's the incredibly twisty and very rocky path that Sakaguchi carved in order to get us to said destination.
I
It does
think there was
stand
a
out.
better situation to do it. first the Kaim and Sarah have to leave, so we tell the others to take care of the kids. Actually tell them, you know. Hold on.
And this is the part where Sarah should be saying, why didn't you do your job? And
Yeah, a boy and a girl. They look
Wait a minute. So Cook and Mac were able to just sneak into the place where we needed the King's Pass to get to when you get down to it.
yeah,
Get in trouble because they're children. They are able to sneak by.
Kinda makes it
You are
feel
the
like
worst
we
guardians ever.
Kinda makes it feel like we really wasted our time with that fake king plot.
You let two kids go roaming around in somewhere they've never been before, and you're shocked that they've gotten lost.
You know, everyone
Why
kinda
is
comes
it
out of
always?
this.
Why is it always in fiction? Whenever kids are involved, the adults suddenly become the dumbest people on the planet.
it's
Okay, that's not always the case, but it is noticeable when that does become the case. And you know, this is a thing I notice in some media. Of course, the kids' characters have to have their own arc because, you know, if kids are playing, we gotta reach out to the kids by having the kid characters at some point play a highly essential role, which, let me say, that is not automatically a problem. But in a lot of cases, Sonic X or Batman the Animated Series, and so much more essentially, it really does come to a point where you can see the plot contrivances for the sake of letting the kid characters save the day or have their own adventure.
again, it's one of those things where like I get it. You want to have the kids get in danger so that yeah, there you go. These two are gonna go after them. So yeah, it's meant to be a family bonding experience where the two save their grandkids. You know, like I understand you want to have the grandkids be in danger so that Kaim and Sarah save them, and it's an adventure involving the whole family. I understand what you're trying to do, but man,
What is happening in there?
Question, why only Kaim and Sarah though? Why not have the whole party go and rescue them?
because
Remember, they just mentioned about having the meeting.
yeah,
Right, the meeting.
Ming has to be in the meeting, and Jensen and Seth will be her escort. Speaking of that meeting, there we are.
Another party will be participating in this meeting. Who might that be?
Your mom.
The Queen of Numara. Will that be a problem?
But
hold on,
actually,
I saw her die.
Actually, Your Majesty, my mother has been dead for years at this point.
We'll go to war.
It's a ghost.
The purpose of this meeting
What?
is to
No,
find a way to
he's not ruling
I
Namara.
want very much to hear what Queen Ming has to say on this subject. What do you say?
No.
The aristocrats.
Very well then. Bring her in.
Oh wait, he doesn't know that that was the queen he saw at Gongora's lair?
Thank you. Hey, is the kitchen still open?
Not now, Jensen. Maybe later.
Apology for imposing myself upon you in this manner, Your Majesties.
Please be seated.
Thank you.
Does the prince really not recognize any of
This is His
them?
Majesty
He's
Tolten, the
surprisingly
King.
not having a
Would you
reaction
please
of,
share
oh my
your
god, you
concern?"
guys are dead!
Most certainly, Your Majesty.
Eh?
Awkward close-ups.
Your Majesty.
To be fair, Tolten was never able to see their faces properly when
I'm pretty sure the attire is recognizable.
He belonged to
I
our
guess.
group of immortals, but now it appears he's created his own agenda to dominate this world.
Oh, so
Although-
lobbying like that.
Although to be fair, Ming is famous for being the 1,000-year-old queen, so people know that she's immortal. So I guess maybe you can argue. Okay, with Ming that's not a surprise.
The response the Urans took by
I
building
don't
up
think they knew
ours
that she
and
was
the
like
restoration of the
an
Uran
immortal in
monarchy
the
with
same
you
way
on
that
the
Kaim and company
All
were, but yeah, they
parts
knew
of
she'd been
Gongora's
living
grand
for a
scheme.
while.
I know. Don't worry, Joe. We're gonna get her own dream. She also has had a lot of
We
history.
had last part that the actual King Gohtza actually be surprised learning that she was immortal despite knowing she ruled for 1,000 years.
That's well, whatever. The point is,
enormous contributions to Ura's development. I can't simply destroy it.
We need Superman to destroy all nuclear power or something.
culmination of all our years of harnessing magic to advance our civilizations. Its loss would be tragic for us all.
Loss.
Your Majesties have surely heard of the catastrophe at the Wool
That's not how
Highlands.
we say
I've
loss.
heard that a meteor fell
Well,
on
wait,
the
hold on. Is
battlefield.
he even? Is he even going for a British accent at all? I don't think he.
The other guy is.
Well,
I don't get that, honestly.
the king of
Well,
Gohtza.
two different countries, Dweebs, you know.
It is imperative that we stop Gongora and prevent the completion of Grand Staff.
But that's the thing, Mina. He completed it 35 minutes ago.
And yet, I can't imagine the Queen of Numara would come here to make such absurd claims.
Okay, to Tolten's credit, from his perspective, he has no reason to.
And like I said, you know, Mina just blubbered out completely without foreshadowing whatsoever, or gently, you know, preparing him to wait.
I get the feeling she doesn't have the best.
She did not wrote her own speeches, but CG cutscene. Oh no!
There you go. You might remember the.
Old Gongora is up to his old tricks.
You might remember the spell that allows Gongora to see through someone's eyes. Yeah, he also put it on the
Magical
king.
Islands, yeah.
He also put it on the
Actually,
king.
that makes me wonder, does he still have that spell going on in Jansen's
No.
eyes, too?
No,
Remember, we destroyed thanks to Heihachi's cohort of mages.
Yeah.
Before the other immortals fully regain their memories.
We'll talk more about the mirrors later. What kind of mirrors is he talking about, and why exactly?
Your Majesty, tell the King of Gohtza that you will hand over the blueprints and essential data on Grandstaff.
Announce that you will join forces with him.
Literally has a mic in his ear.
A magical. They're magically connected.
Sorry, King Gohtza, the voices in my head are telling me to do it.
Literally.
We now have an alliance with Ura, Your Majesty. And information on Grand Staff is being sent to...
At least I'm glad that we skipped to the end of a meeting instead of, you know, being a bit redundant and having him say what he just learned.
Yeah, that guy could whisper into his ear, blow up all the other kingdoms that he don't hate.
Well, let's...
Do it, Tolten. Burn everyone.
Before the attack on Ura.
Correct.
Go ahead. So it's like with Anakin, like a go ahead, do it.
Take the usual measures and use caution.
Do it. Wake up, you.
My apologies for delaying our meal.
I'm cold.
Tolten's posture.
Yeah, seriously, dude. Pouting won't help your back.
Okay, I can't believe he's a bit worried because he's been trying to be, you know, killed multiple times, including one poisonous attempt, so I can't believe he's not super happy to eat immediately.
Alright,
Anyway,
back to Kaim and Sarah. Go on.
How do you know this food isn't poisoned?
Hold on, go ahead, too.
Okay, I was thinking again. Kaim and Sarah first leave, tell the others to take care of kids. Then the matter of meeting the king has to crop up, you know, the fake king and everything, because the others don't know. Seth believes the best course of action is for her to escort Mina and task Jensen to actually, you know, take care of the kids for once trying to actually, you know, trust him and everything. And Jensen being, you know, Jensen actually loses them immediately.
Sure.
I do feel like that would be dogging on Jansen, though. I mean, don't get me wrong.
I mean, it's consistent with the rest of the game so far.
Yeah.
I don't know. Jensen can be a bit clumsy, but I wouldn't say he's the sole group screw up in that regard.
They're trying those kids kind of pretty far ahead. I don't know if we can catch up to it.
Like, to give him credit, he can be competent. He's not consistently stupid and the only one who makes mistakes. Granted, I will agree that probably would have still been better than what actually happened.
And I can also while not admitting explicitly, I can also believe that he mentioned that he's not really good at around with children. So, you know, again, it could be something as easy as he sees, like, you know, a pretty woman and tries to chase her immediately, something like that.
So is the idea that civilians can just operate these trains at will to go see the Aurora, and that's why...
Well, no, remember, in this case,
There you go. See? What do you think?
Oh, now you notice! Now you notice!
Worst security ever.
Wait, dog? dog people.
We
Yes.
noticed them in the last part, Jova.
Yeah. Anthropomorphic dogs.
Why didn't you notice them, the
fucking
kids?
Because I think the one
giant.
with... Okay, no, that's true. They did operate on their own.
Yeah, they were both in the same station.
No,
The
I
kid-
was thinking maybe the train they were on, was supposed to be running on schedule, but no, Cook and Mac did actually started operating it on their own.
Yeah.
And apparently doing things these ways has gotten people to recognize that, yes, Kaim the Immortal is here.
Alright, so...
Sir, I'm gonna have to ask you to drop off the vehicle right now.
Yeah, so basically this kinda serves as this game's equivalent of the Final Fantasy VIII train set piece, basically.
But even more contrived.
Yeah, for as much as I hate to admit it, yes.
I mean, I don't recall the train scene in FF8 being particularly contrived.
Oh, no, it wasn't.
Part of the plot.
Oh, no, it wasn't. That's why I'm saying. I admit that.
I was responding to Dwibs' interpretation that supposedly it was
Yes,
contrived there.
my point is, 8 gets a lot of shit for its plots, yet this is doing practically one of the exact same things and also worse.
Sure. I was the...
So it's a regular battle.
Yeah, it is.
I thought when you mentioned that, I thought we were going to have a stealth section.
Oh, well, no, not particularly, no.
I mean, that's what you do with the train 8.
Well, that's why I said equivalent, not the same.
Yeah.
That is true, Dwibs. That being said, don't worry. When we're done with this part, the game will put its brain back on for the rest of the game. So this is the one part where it happens.
Like, I think my overall take on this game's story is overall, it's a solid good one. I will say, it's not consistently amazing, but it's solid in the sense that it's a pretty tight narrative for the most part that hasn't really done anything particularly wrong. And, sometimes a story doesn't have to be ultra perfect. Sometimes just being good across the board is enough in that regard. Which is why this whole segment, almost the entire time we spent in this kingdom stands out as the one sole stupid... Well, I guess not one stupid moment, but a stupid arc, essentially. Again, almost every character has not been looking their brightest,
See, by the time I get to the climax of Detroit Become Human, I'm just going on at the moment because, everything in the game has been utterly stupid and brainless so far. What reason do I have to believe that the climax will be different, right? Whereas with something like this, something that foregoes logic almost entirely like this part, really stands out because the game has done such a great job up until this point not falling into this trap. Go on.
Also, I dread how the performance in the original version was for this sequence.
Yeah.
Because you have the battle, in the center and the moving background, constantly all the time.
Yeah.
You gotta love how, even while she's in the middle of a battle on a train, Sarah still has time to check her dress and make sure it's in order.
The Xbox One emulation of Blue Dragon did a really good job ironing out the frame rate issues. But this game is even more demanding than Blue Dragon. And as a result, the performance on the original 360 was indeed quite something. The Xbox One version does a good job smoothing it out, but it's still not perfect, as Theo just pointed. I don't know how this game runs on the Xbox Series consoles. Maybe on those it runs at a flawless 30, probably. So yeah, unfortunately this game is not on Game Pass, so I can't get Dwibs to try it out to see how it is.
Also cute Sakaguchi, it's like that sequence in 7 instead, where you have to fight on the elevator and you have an enemy out of reach and you're forced to use spells and ranged attacks. So.
Yeah, I still don't get it. It's a Microsoft IP, entirely owned by them. That's why they were able to put this on the Xbox One emulation program to begin with. Why not put it on Game Pass?
My best guess is that they think it won't get many people to download Game Pass, since that seems to be what they're focused on most at the moment.
Last I checked, the more games in the catalog, the better, right?
Are those guys seriously destroying their own trains just to get to us?
I mean, because they have a big trade, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, dudes, you just destroyed your own trades. Maybe you're the problem here.
Also, so much for not becoming, enemy of the state.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
Well, to be fair, in this specific case, it's to save Cook and Mac, so I can understand.
That said, maybe they could have tried to explain stuff, though I wonder if Kaim was still trying to go incognito, because apparently the minute they discovered he's Kaim the Immortal, that sent them into a flurry.
Well, remember, yeah, the dog people mentioned that, the Numaran spy still, so maybe they did because of that.
Me even so, they're not going to be able to hear them, are they?
Mm-hmm.
Well, hopefully we'll be able to explain things once we rescue Mac and Cook.
It's like it's kind of like what Teo said in the previous part. It's like Aguchi really wanted some sequence where Kaim and Sarah have to save Cook and Mac from some danger, and it becomes a family bonding experience of sorts. But he had clearly no idea how to make that happen aside from just a string of contrivances.
But hey, we got a cool train battle.
Oh yeah! No. The set piece, the boss itself is fun and looks cool. So I don't have a problem with the set piece itself. It's the contrivances that led us here that's the problem.
Well, now that we've destroyed several of Gohtza's trains, I hope this doesn't put us in bad standing with them.
Large-scale operation against piracy the other day.
Uh-oh.
Piracy?
Yes. Our local waters have been ravaged by pirates.
Imagine, Seth, that would be ridiculous.
The catastrophe at the Highlands. So I dispatched our remaining forces to mop them up and communicate far and wide that Ura will not be defeated.
If the forces can defeat pirates, they should be sufficient for most any requirement.
You are too kind. I am particularly proud that we succeeded in capturing the most feared pirate on the seas, Seth.
Oh.
Wait. Yeah, you might remember from Seth's dream. That's Seth's son.
He's alive.
So yeah, so congratulations, Jova. You guessed it. Seth is still alive.
My son.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Yeah, maybe don't say that out loud here.
You don't have to tell me twice.
To her credit, she was surprised by this, so obviously she kind of lost her composure a bit. Go on.
You don't have to do what twice, sorry?
Nothing.
Eating the Seth on your same plate.
Okay, to be fair, in Seth's case, like I said, like she just got dropped a bombshell that her son's still alive, so I can understand that she lost her composure for a bit there.
I smell a potential playable party member.
Your concern is appreciated, Your Majesty.
Assuming he's still alive. Like, yes, being captured and everything, but ears opening.
The pride of our military. No unwanted visitors will even get close to Kent.
Is that a challenge?
May I rest assured that the information will be in good hands once it has been delivered?
You may indeed.
Although, if Gongora can hear this, he'll probably now know that Seth is a potential trap he can use for Seth.
Well, I'm pretty sure he already knows, about the existence of Seth and everything. Remember, at this point, Tolten is just a puppet.
We are speaking of the construction of a second Grand Staff.
Sure.
Because the first Grand Staff did also much wonders.
This is the same logic with the people in the core had, there's this, in this case, there's this big doomsday device that is technically perfectly functional, but it's causing problem. Let's build another one.
Well, you guys made peace. We're all in agreement.
Well, if it leads to peace, I mean...
Yeah, so the way of Gandhi civilization, peace will be a nuclear option.
Well, great job, team. We stopped the fighting. Although Ming's country may be
again, they're trying to make the argument of the what's it called, mutual assured destruction. So the idea that if both countries have that kind of equal amount of destruction power, none of them will dare try to touch the other, which is cute on paper.
Yeah, that's what Cold Wars are for, sadly.
And it's working out so great these days.
I am aware of the contradiction. Regardless, if If it will prevent war and
You know, just because you're aware of it doesn't make it any better.
equivocation.
To his credit, like he just said, if this is the only way to prevent war and bloodshed, he was willing to do it.
And it's a better diplomatic attempt than whatever the fuck Prince Crescendo was trying to do in Eternal Sonata.
Oh God.
I must, resign myself to the waltz. Of course, that will actually be peace.
I actually haven't tried. I actually haven't tried Eternal Sonata on our PCS3 yet. I'll have to check out how that runs.
So, mission failed successfully?
Alright. And here's the Gohtza army. There you go.
Yeah, I think
However, hold on. Wait for it.
Wait a minute. Something's not right.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, I don't know about you, but I'm starting to have this slight suspicion that Gongora might be evil.
What? Wait. Oh, why would you say that too? I mean,
I don't know, it's just a hunch. I know that it's a bad feeling, but...
Okay. On a more serious note, here it is, the new Grand Staff.
Wow, he just made it that quickly?
Again, Jova,
He's
what's
just...
logic?
Yeah?
He made it 35 minutes ago.
He's just that good, Joe. So yeah,
well, don't you see, guys? Clearly he made it because he had the peace plans all along in mind.
So,
He's
yeah.
a good guy because he wants peace that badly.
So yeah, this is the part where, as you can see now that the three kings are out in their own meeting, Gongora is gonna basically put his plan finally into action. He's gonna completely take over.
Let me guess. Each Grand Staff will basically be something of a connector rod which allows him to establish control.
Basically, yeah.
And also there's the case, Jova. So far, the Grand Staffs have done kind of whatever you want in terms of manipulating reality. So there's no telling you what's gonna happen this time.
Gongora, you gotta work on that laugh. People might think you're evil.
And guess what? Now we get to play as Gongora.
Oh, wow. Okay, so we get to play as that guy. The crowd is waiting, Lord Gongora. Please step up to the podium.
Alright, Whips. I don't think he has any non-voiced lines in this bit, so I'm sorry. I don't think you can do anything here, sorry.
Hello, my peeps. I'm in charge now.
Sucks to be you.
So if you're all up for the previous king, well, fuck you then.
The previous king has had a bad case of diarrhea.
I've what? You may begin your speech, Master Gongora.
I'm just so excited.
To add to your to something you were saying before, Jova, while this is going on, I will argue that whenever we enter one of the dreams, the writing quality rises exponentially.
Absolutely. Well, that's why
because
I said
they were written by someone else.
Well, that's why I say that. Like, well, the story as a whole isn't as amazing. That doesn't mean that it doesn't have its amazing bits, though.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's hear Gongora's speech. I wonder what this is going to be about.
Also, I noticed the same NPC duplicated 3 times close to each other. It's like heavy rain.
Whoopsie.
We're on a tight schedule. We had to make both this and Blue Dragon at the same time.
Behold, we have completed the most powerful magic engine of all time, Grand Staff!
Does anyone want to tell me that it looks like a penis?
That's exactly
It looks like a penis. That's the point.
Yeah, that's exactly it, my fellow Urans. From this point on, we have a bigger dick than all the other kingdoms,
That means we're in charge.
It always boils down to that.
Well, Teo, it's like Tony Stark said in the first Iron Man. My father's always said that peace is about having a bigger stick than the other guy's stick.
And then someone in the audience is like, are you trying to compensate for something?
You know, I'm starting to wonder if at some point the Bible was sanitized and the real conflict between Cain and Abel was who had the bigger dick.
Goodness
A
gracious.
tragedy.
Yeah, hold on. You'll see.
It is my sad duty to inform you that King Tolten, who has tirelessly devoted himself to you, his people, passed away.
No!
Wait a
How did he
minute.
die?
Wait a minute. I passed away? When did I do that?
Yeah. How did he die? He had he broke his arm and then he got infected and then he died.
He took the wrong train.
He died of Disneyitis.
Oh god, imagine if Gongora's turned him into a living bomb and is about to
His
detonate
train
it.
derailed.
So this is definitely, I guess, running on older logic of they don't have forensics because we've seen
And
Tolten
there you
is
go.
alive.
He's literally using this as a political maneuver.
Yeah.
Of a treacherous assassination.
No.
So basically, that meeting was just a means to stall for time.
Basically, yeah.
And to have people move into position.
Which means,
Wait a minute. If people saw his impending death, why didn't he do anything about it?
it was part of his noble sacrifice. He knew I would be the
Hold on.
for you people.
This has come to
I love this, guys.
I have to say, though, Gongora really is confident that his plans are going to work, seeing as how...
Can I get
Amen! But yeah, again, to give him credit, he must be incredibly confident because we know he hasn't even enacted whatever plan he must have to kill Tolten yet.
To be fair, Jova, he literally had an eternity to prepare.
Yeah.
That's it. I kind of love it. He's so confident that he's going to tell them Tolten's dead before he's even done the deed yet. Like, because all it would take is somebody just FaceTiming from Gohtza to potentially know that this is a lie.
afforded us by the completion of Grand Staff to bring glory to our fallen king's memory.
Well, Jesse Courtney was having a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. He's going to blast Gohtza. Of course.
Mm-hmm.
So I got so this game came out in 07, didn't it?
Oh, wait. Oh, wait, actually.
Okay. Huh. So the same year, Jesse Coulty was in this game, a Square Enix inspired RPG, whereas his son was in an actual Square Enix RPG.
Huh.
His Western release dates were.
Okay.
Because it's on this Jesse David Courtney and Mobinui's Neku.
Oh, this guy's Jesse's father? Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Interesting, is it not? It's almost like it's destiny.
Well, that's how I got.
So basically, Gongora's plan is, hey, he's gonna also kill Tolten.
I can see.
Tolten is literally at Gohtza.
Yeah, that's interesting, because I can definitely imagine Gongora as a Reaper.
All he's missing is the wings.
You could have just walked there, you know. You don't have to show off by teleporting.
It's funnier that way.
But I get to show off how big my dick is this way.
Jova, why do you think Ganon does that all the time in a Zelda cartoon?
Yeah, go ahead.
He was also LeFou in the 90s Beauty and the
Yeah,
Beast
like I mentioned.
Yeah, that was mentioned beforehand.
So it's gone from being the incompetent, bumbling sidekick to the main big bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. As of this moment. They're literally his dark acolytes.
Yes.
I'm guessing that implies they're in on the evil scheme.
They're not. Okay, the game never flat out tells us that, but I've always assumed that these are more like golems, artificial beings, rather than actual people.
Excellent. Now, we proceed to the tests. I will attack you with magic, and you shall not guard yourself.
Hey, you didn't say anything about attacking.
Yeah, that's the thing, dude. This is how he tests the faithfulness of his servants. Okay, I'm going to attack you to kill. Don't defend yourself, and you'll prove yourself.
There you go, Drova. You get to play as all of Immortals in some way.
Yep.
There you go.
And the thing about Gongora is he has infinite MP.
Because he's just that good.
Exactly.
Just killed them.
Yes, that's the thing, Grips. You'll see. We're going to even get stuff in the story that where. There you go.
Well, he missed most of them.
Yeah, he killed one.
That's
each acolyte is weak to something specifically.
Yeah, basically each acolyte is weak to a specific element.
Basically,
you can imagine from the color that they ever labeled as.
Is this how my life is doomed to end? Not being able to do jack shit about it.
You'll see, Dibs.
It's basically an excuse to show off all his cool attack animations.
Well, technically, all these animations are also from the other mages we have. It's more so that again, he's basically torturing these guys for a specific purpose, and Sakuchi thought it would be funny if we actually get to do it ourselves as playing as him.
Sorry, I got them for a second. That Gongora just say fuck.
No, I'm pretty sure it's meant to be something else.
He killed a bunch of them by saying fuck.
Oh, so it's like when you have the God, what's that accessory? The
Konami laser.
That's it. Right.
No, not the laser scope. Is that headset that Konami made?
No, I think it is called the Konami
laser scope. Yeah, so
that headset, the one where you could just. Well, it's supposed to be if you say fire, but you could just say anything and it would work.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same property of any microphone-based type of command where you can instead just yell instead of just blowing.
All right. There we go. And this one's on. Now get this. Hold on.
Stop swearing, sir, please. Oh.
Let's
the
go.
only one you haven't tried is the wind.
Actually, I've tried the wind before too. Actually. Oh, you mean on this guy specifically? Let me see.
Because the fire one you did try before, yeah.
Sir, are you actually going to kill me or what?
Hold on. I have a. Oh, look at that, and now. Oh.
Hold on. This.
Hey, I said don't defend yourself, cheater.
Exactly, Dwibs. Keep that in mind. Well spotted. He just defended himself. So.
Okay.
There you go. Now you're gonna get your answer.
Okay, so maybe they aren't golems, but actual people. But I'm guessing he'll bring them back.
You have done well, and proven your devotion.
And there you go. Now he brings back all of them except the one that tried to defend himself. There you go. So there you go. You by dying, you've proven your loyalty to me.
But he still brought this one up.
Hold on. No. Yep.
You have proven how limited your devotion truly is.
I love this. That's.
So he killed him twice.
Why did he revive him just to kill him again?
Because he's a dick Dwibs. Because he's a dick Dwibs. Like.
And also to make a point to the others.
That's why I love Gongora. He's so unapologetically evil.
And again, the music is so experimental for Uematsu indeed.
Oh, I actually really like Gongora's theme. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
No, this one is actually different. Again, probably for this.
True.
There you go. These people.
Some parts of it sound like the theme that the composer of the Family Maker King's Quest 3 came up for the first villain of that game.
I can see that, yeah.
What are you doing? Creating Organization 13?
Basically,
we haven't got that many members. So.
Basically, the mages here are both operator and batteries, basically.
Basically.
So it's Group
These are your
6.
targets. The Gohtza army, presently in Kent. The castle of Gohtza. The royal carriage, 40 kilometers west of the castle. And
Huh.
another train,
I'll admit,
100
I legit
kilometers
thought he
east of
was
the
just
castle.
going to fire a laser from Grand Staff to
Oh no,
decimate
there's
Gohtza.
he has something more interesting in mind.
Hold on.
I have all the time in the world.
Who said anything about killing? I just want to torture them.
Yeah, they'll be alive to feel every minute of it.
Oh wait, is he about to pilot that thing?
I'm about to
It's
pilot my
magic
own
stuff,
dick.
brother.
Now, time to show off just how big my dick is.
When this baby hits 88 miles per hour.
Let's see.
Good lord, his dong is expanding.
And there you go.
Let's see what
And then,
we get from the roulette.
You know what would, there you go, now everything is going dark in over Ura. It would be so funny if Gongora went back to a transmission and said, by the way, Urans, psych! Ha 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 ha. And there you go, so now he's attacking Gohtza like he said.
Meteor spell.
Mhm.
A shower.
I mean, you joke, but that's probably what he's doing right now.
Yeah, doing it evil.
Okay, so yeah, we know that Seth, Ming, and Jensen, as well as the Kings, are in one of these ships. So how are you going to get out of this one? Let's see.
Boy, Tolten's in for a nasty surprise.
And
Oh,
Also,
shoot.
throwing a nice thingy. It's not just first fire, now ice.
He literally took
Pedro,
ice
what
from
do
the
you
ice
get
mountain.
when you combine fire and ice?
Normally steam, but in this case,
Destruction.
No, in this case, basically we're gonna get in a snowstorm, if I recall correctly.
hey guys,
Oh, it looks like he's about to drop the arc on them.
hey guys, what killed the dinosaurs?
The Ice Age!
There you go.
Oh my god, has he literally become Mr. Freeze?
There you go.
How convenient that none of our protagonists were there at the moment. So
Still
when you
fucking
get down,
grim.
so I guess when you get down to it, it was a good thing that Cook and Mac left when they did.
Yeah, I know that they needed all of them to be away from Gohtza, but again, you could have found a less contrived way to do it.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, how long does this train go on? Jesus, Mac and Cook seriously went off a distance this far.
Problem is that there's another, ice thingy.
Mm-hmm.
Who's in that train?
That's the royal carriage.
Something's happening! Everything around us is frozen!
What's going on?
I sense magic energy. Far more powerful.
Oh, so they're actually in the train, not a ship.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Wool Highlands all over again.
Whoa, whoa, stop it! Wait, just wait. You don't think this is Grand Staff's good idea, huh?
Gongora. So Kaim was right. No choice makes any difference now.
Poor
King
Tolten.
Tolten. What is the meaning of this?
Well,
King Tolten?
I tell you, I don't know!
You cannot hesitate now. Implement the contingency plan immediately.
Yes, sir, Your Majesty.
Contingency plan? That is the how would that work?
you don't even know what the contingency plan is yet, Jensen.
Well, to be fair, he's not a Gohtza.
That's the worst thing you could do.
Oh dear.
As a fellow head of state, you too should understand that military action.
Remember what he said to Kaim and Sarah.
Yep.
That's ridiculous. You have no idea what you're dealing with.
Does he know yet that his army's kind of been
No.
devastated?
Not yet.
What has happened? What is he doing? Flee, Your Majesty. Must escape.
Fortunately for Tolten, this soldier is very loyal, and he decided to.
A teleportation device.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you think you're going? King Tolten!
Think I didn't do it.
And that's, Seth's cue. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, crap.
Which means that now our parties are even more separated.
In this case, it makes sense because the train was on and it bumped her into him. So, whatever. This is fine. I have to give it to this Uran soldier. Like, this guy went above and beyond the Call of Duty.
Especially for a random NPC.
Sarah, forgive me. Truth has been overcome by fact and reality.
No, I'm not gonna say it.
Splinter, no! Master Splinter, no!
Oh, wait!
It's a good thing our characters have been, protected.
Maybe I'm immortal. No one always said I was special.
Jen said no.
Ming!
Thanks, Ming.
I don't know how long I can hold out,
So let's move.
but at least I
That
can keep
would've-
you safe for a while.
That would have been such a twist if it turned out Jansen wasn't immortal as well.
I'd rather we freeze together. Maybe even sealed with a kiss.
No, this is not the time.
Well, everybody, needs a sense of humor. If we're gonna die, might as well die laughing.
Okay, Spider-Man.
So yeah, this is quite the pickle.
So yeah, they're gonna protect themselves. They're gonna protect each other and get out of here.
Meanwhile, Kaim and Sarah are probably none the wiser because they're still going after Cook and Mac.
Mm-hmm.
Which also begs the question, how are Cook and Mac doing? We haven't seen them in a while.
Oh.
Oh!
Look out!
Seriously, the way that ice was right before they hit the train, that was like peak JoJo's to be continued. Really, my dude?
Operational Gongora in the eyes. I get it is more of a case of a tech device that he's eye checking or something, but yeah.
But Kaim, he might have had something important to say.
I get the feeling Kaim is tired.
What the hell?
I get the feeling Kaim is tired of hearing Gongora talk, Jova.
Kaim, ahead!
Of course, ramming speed. Why not?
What could possibly go wrong?
This is Star Trek First Contact now, is it?
With airwaves, ramming has been, a staple in almost every series of Star Trek. Janeway loved to do it so much.
I think Troy did as well, twice.
I swear. I think the movies especially made a thing about the Enterprise getting wrecked.
Looks like they're gonna have to jump.
There we are.
Huh, guess the iceberg won.
So now what?
Might this be the train that Cook and Mac are driving?
Yes, yes.
Here's hoping.
Yes. Alright, so now... Oh, a convenient save point, so we can end the part here.
Okay. So yeah, everything... Well remembered, Libs. They were probably driving the train faster than Cook and Mac to catch up with them. So
No, they get inside the train.
It also had a smaller set of carriages compared to the other one.
Alright,
so long story short, everything kind of went to hell in a handbasket now, didn't it?
Basically, yeah. Alright.
Also, Gongora is evil.
Alright, everybody. Yeah, wait. That's probably the biggest surprise so far, the fact that Gongora is evil. But
Still can't believe it.
I just can't believe it. You look like such a trustworthy guy. But
No. This has to be part of his plan to unearth the true bad villain, the true villain behind everything.
All right, everybody. In the next part, we try to save Cook and Mac, as well as find out what the hell happened to our companions who nearly, by the nick of a hair, escaped their deaths. So, see you then.
See ya.
Bye.